that light in the hearts of each and every employee, every worker, in such a manner that every employee, every worker will see in each other. As we say namaste, the beautiful word says, I salute the God in you. What is the salutation of God in us? Because just imagine, even the modern science is telling us, you are not this material body, because when I split you down to the ultimate subatomic particles, I see nothing but waves and particle playing in its own miraculous way. We do not know why. Second, the observer element has come into the entire scientific region and entire scientific world today. They are just seeing that there is no matter but spirit and spare and the space. So what are we other than space? But how many of us can think about and feel for it? Maybe the time is now gradually ripening up, and there is the growing consciousness all over the world toward this spiritual paradigm, because we know survival of mankind will not only depend on the peripheral, circumferential development of man, that is the body, the physical, the gross. Until and unless we are able to bring forth from inside of us the inner fountain that is there, just sapped, because as if on the head of that fountain some small stone is covering it. Until unless we are trained enough to go to the bottom inside of us and take away that stone out of the mouth of that fountain, from where the true grace and happiness could just gush forth, will not be happy. And mind you, if a person is unhappy, he can't be a good leader. If a person is unhappy in the family, he can't be a good worker in the workplace. If a person is happy, he makes the other person happy. If a person is unhappy, is negatively oriented in his own mind, his mind will only conceive negative things because the channel is the negative. Over a period of time, as a mind turns into a negative brooding, it makes life not only impossible for him, but he invariably passes it on as a viral flu. It's a viral epidemic. That's exactly what we're feeling all over the world today. We all have become sick and tired of this negativity flooding this world. And what is this? Self-forgetfulness. Atma-vismriti. We are just trying to move away from our inner core. And until unless all learning in all universities, all education in all universities in the world, if ultimately they don't bring it to this core focus, develop the man, not just an employee, not just a worker, not just a person, not just a human, but develop that being inside. Until that kind of a state is brought in this world, and I'm sure, beyond 2013, I can assure you, there is going to be a tremendous global change, and that change is going to be a transformation of consciousness all over the world. We are heading for a big change. We have already started feeling it. Yes, it could definitely bring about a lot of destruction in the process, but nothing is built until and unless something is unbuilt. Nothing is learned truly until and unless you have created space through unlearning, emptying. So the days that are going to come today is a challenge for all of us to carry in our hearts this message that if I am born in this world, I need to be grounded in my own being first, and that can come. Let's go to the next. Yes, I think Rishi Aurobindo's words will really guide us beautifully. Sri Aurobindo says, man intellectually developed, mighty in scientific knowledge, and mastery of gross and subtle nature, using the elements as his servants, and the world as his footstool, but underdeveloped in heart and spirit, becomes only an inferior kind of asura, a demon, using the powers of a demigod to satisfy the nature of animal. Let us keep the words of these great rishis born in India. They have probed deep into the consciousness, not only in their individual but in the universal field of consciousness, in which they have seen that until unless we bring forth the divine in us, the demon will possess us. And until unless that kind of a divine influence is brought even into every levels of management, so that people can love each other, feel for each other, and there's harmony and peace and happiness in the work environment. I was talking to somebody, Mithalji, at the time he was the chief in one of the software companies. I said, how lovely it would be if the moment this 6,000 workers or your staff come into the office, they walk into their working station with the computer and they start the work, don't let them do that. The moment they come, if work starts at 9, let there be a beautiful floating music coming in. And let there be a suggestion for a complete relaxation of your body and your mind for a while. Maybe it's just for 10, 20, 30, 40 seconds, not more than that. But yes, that will collect everybody together and bring harmony, and that vibration of harmony would just be there, shared between and amongst all the people that are working, and it will not just be a word that there should be harmony, but there will be truly harmony, because until and unless all workers feel beyond their egotistical small selves, until they break down the shutters of these constipated cells, they will not be able to emerge into that field where they can embrace, where they will be able to bring others along with them, lead them together, give credit to the others without acclaim it for themselves. Be humble, loving, caring, nurturing. That's how we grow as a human family. Not only as a corporate family in its own individual level, but a huge human family. That is what possibly is the vision of these great rishis like Sri Aurobindo. Next please. Divinizing management is the ultimate evolution of consciousness. Or that's what I'm possibly visualizing for tomorrow. Believe me, that is my vision. If at all any change that we want to see in this world has to come, it has to come. Yes, in 2 minutes. If it has to come, it will only come through a divinizing process. Can we go to the next? Globalization has given us umpteen blessings but robbed our hearts. We are in a small global village, not knowing our next door neighbor. We have man, machines and technologies and management to maximize profits, but fewer human beings with heart and soul. We have to work to dethrone greed and enthrone God. That's my personal feeling that I want to share with you. We have given too much of credit in our life to greed. We have been fanning it with all our might. Time has come for all of us to think deeper than the surface and go and find out what are our needs, true needs in our life, and then possibly bring in the divine forces of unity and harmony principles into our life and spirit with all that his life is. Next please. Develop the man, not train and retain the workers. That's a very important thing for all of us to think about it. Believe me, I work in the villages, I work in the slums, and there when I first went to work in the villages in Sundarbans, people were so poor, I can't tell you in words. But they expected that possibly I've gone to do some charity there. I said, no, I've not come here to do charity. Because if I do charity to you, you will ever remain poor and you will always be a beggar. I have come here only to give you your dignity back to you. I have not come to rob your dignity. You as a human has the same dignity that I as a man has. And both of us have to share the dignity, and by only asserting what we already have with us, that is the level that we need to take. And believe me, today, the same villages that I saw 15 years back, they are thriving, but I have done no charity. What I have done is focused only on developing the faculties that are already there inside of them, not encouraging in any way that they to turn into glorified beggars. So, that kind of a developmental process has to begin from inside out. And for that, I think, that's my last few words, we only can do that through an inner mechanism, through an inner process, through an inner transformation. And that transformation cannot come in any other way other than the meditation, other than the practice of awareness. We need to meditate only to come closer to ourselves. We need to meditate in order to find our relationship with the divine. We need to meditate to find that in me, the small one, and this huge cosmic universe, there is a continual interaction going on, and I am ever secure and ever safe in the divine hands. And that awareness, the divine is protecting me all the time, and is taking care of me all the time, and that all is well in my life all the time, and that I am here for a small spell of time in a particular space, but I have the opportunity of this life. To me, the life is an opportunity, essentially an opportunity to explore the grounds of our physical, mental, intellectual, emotional, and finally to the core essence of spirituality, so that we can first know that we are spiritual beings wearing this human body for a human experiencing on a day-to-day basis, moving like a river into the ultimate ocean of consciousness. I thank you all so much, and thank SMA and all the faculties and members of this great institution, and all of you for your divine presence. I'm grateful to all of you for giving me this opportunity and the blessings of visiting Varanasi once again and have the darshan of Lord Vishwanath and Ma Annapurna and my Divine Mother Ganga. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.